Sorry about that. I ran out of storage space on my iPhone and I had to clear that out. I know. I apologize to you guys for having to keep making like part two of a video I'm talking about to make a conclusion. Yeah, I know I've kind of been doing that a lot lately, and I apologize for that. It's not my intention. It's either because my phone dies on me or I run out of storage. Like I got to get a new battery. I got to get more storage on my phone, because literally this phone is over 5 years old, and my battery is over 2 years old, and I definitely need to get a new battery, possibly even get a new phone at some point. So yeah, I apologize for that. I apologize for having to keep making these part two of this topic I discussed. I do apologize for that, but I hope all of you enjoy regardless. So anyway, I figured I'd just get back and make a proper conclusion. I don't know. I just feel like if I'm recording a video and I'm passionate about the topic, and even if my video cuts out in the end and I'm like, when I'm in the middle of speaking, I still feel that it's necessary to come back and make a part two in the end. So yeah, I don't mean for that to keep happening. So hopefully I'm going to get a new battery soon and a new phone probably some point. And then when that happens, this won't happen again. So, sorry about that. But anyway, the whole issue is, I'm just saying that I really do hope that in the end, that it's for the sake of the peace and stability of the entire world. Because, like I said, some of these the reason why you had like Fidel Castro popped up in Cuba, because of the right-wing dictator Batista in Cuba, and then Venezuela was run before Hugo Chavez got in 1999. It was run by a right-wing neocon as well, and then Bolivia was run by neocons too before Evo Morales got in 2005, and then Ecuador was also the same way until Rafael Correa got in, and then the Kirchners in Argentina got voted out, and then another neoliberal hack named Mauricio Macroni or something like that, I think that was his name, was also a neocon. Then he got voted out, and then another left-wing populist got in Argentina. So that's the reason why these left-wing populists are getting elected left and right throughout Latin America. Because it was either you had these incompetent right-wing leaders, or you had other like right-wing puppets that the U.S. has been propping up. Kind of like what they're doing right now with Juan Guaido in Venezuela. Kind of like what they're doing there. The same thing. And Bolsonaro is also backing that guy up and also backing him up. Yeah, he's that much of a goofball. No, I take that back. That's an insult to goofballs, because in all honesty, goofballs are, laughing, silly, funny, and everything else. But Bolsonaro is a horrible human being. He is a threat to the peace and stability of the world, destroying the lungs of the planet, and makes bigoted comments about all sorts of minorities on a fucking daily basis. So he's every bad thing that you can imagine. Like I've said before, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm more worried about Bolsonaro than I'm worried about Maduro in Venezuela. Because like I said, Maduro is just a bad leader for Venezuela. He is a threat only to Venezuela. He is not a threat to anyone else outside of his borders. He poses little to no threat to anybody else. Bolsonaro, with him destroying the Amazon rainforest, poses a direct threat to the peace and stability of the entire world. That's the problem that I have with those leaders, with those types of leaders. These right-wing populist leaders pose a significant bigger threat than left-wing populist leaders. And that's not to say that I'm biased one way or the other against them. No, that's not true. Like all Bolsonaro, like that's what they do. Like one side bitches about the other side. It's literally like just two idiots fighting over a Rubik's Cube. Nicolas Maduro fights with Bolsonaro. Sebastian Pinera in Chile fights with Maduro. Trump fights with Maduro, or Trump fought with Maduro. Then Joe Biden is fighting with Syria. And it's like you got all these people going back and forth. They bitch each other out. But where's the alternative to these people? Where's the alternative to any of these people? Like I've said, if all Bolsonaro's going to do is just sit there and bitch about how the left is the worst thing that's happened to Brazil in the past 1,000 years, or the Republicans in this country bitching about how Obama was the worst president in their lifetime and whatever, and on all this other shit. Or just like the same thing with the Democrats bitching about Trump all the time, and it's like a combination of all this other shit. It's like I've said before as well. This is a message that I feel like I need to reiterate going forward. Complaining about the other candidate or the other side only helps your case if you got some viable alternative. Because bitching about the other side does not benefit your side unless you have some kind of alternative to that and you have a solution to the problem. Bolsonaro is not the solution to the problem. He's part of the problem. Joe Biden is also not a solution to the problem either, because he's also just the status quo. Sebastian Pinera, he's not the solution to the problem either. He's part of the problem. They're all parts of the problem. Every single one of them. They're all parts of the problem. Every single one of them across the board. And I know I've repeated this before, and I know, but it's an issue that's been on my mind, and I figured I'd just get out here and talk about it because it is still relevant because Lula's back in. So now Lula's back in, and I think this is great. This is great. I'm very happy about this. And I hope that Bolsonaro does get defeated. I want them to all get defeated because I mean, yeah, no, it doesn't really have an effect on me because it's not my country. Brazil's not my country, but it does pose a threat to the peace of the world when you got this guy destroying the Amazon rainforest. He needs to someone needs to save the Amazon rainforest sooner rather than later, because that's the entire lungs of the planet. And I think that the more people who turn on him, the more the better. The more the merrier. Literally, like the more the fucking merrier. And I honestly hope that for the peace and stability for Brazilians and the safety of people everywhere, that this guy gets voted out and all these other fascist wannabes get voted out too. We saw what happened with fascism in the 1930s and 40s. It didn't end well. Do we want another recreation of that? I don't think so. So here's my message to all of them. Get a viable alternative and vote them all out. Case closed. Anyway, I'm going to cut it here because I've said pretty much what I've needed to say, and I don't want my phone running out of storage again. And like I said, I do apologize for having to go back to these part 2 and all that and all this other stuff. But anyway, I'll be back with more content and more stuff in the works. I also have a few other topics I wanted to discuss going forward. This concludes this segment today, part 2, and the final part of this segment about Lula versus Jair Bolsonaro. This is Zach the Celtics guy saying thank you for watching, and I hope everybody's doing well, and I'll be back with more videos and more content and more stuff on the way. Anyway, bye for now, peace out, and more stuff on the way. Have a good day.